Welcome back to Green Creek Farms. We're fixing to get started. Well, first of all, I want to let y'all know, we ain't been on air in a long time because I had a terrible knee surgery. It was supposed to just been a little minor surgery, and they ended up giving me a staph infection. So I've been down for about 3 months, and it's terrible. But headed now to, and I'm still limping and moving pretty slow, but we're headed out now to the International 574 that we've got. Was going to use to cut hay with. Well, the injection pump's not working right, so I'm going to take it off and take it apart, and hopefully we can video this whole thing for you. Got to go around there first and take the mower off the back of the tractor. That I'm going to pull it up here beside the garage and put me a cover over it so I can get the injection pump off of it. So here we go. Y'all disconnected 3-point hitches, I'm sure, but this is an old tractor. If you notice, it's just got a chain right there and a chain over there that keeps these lower bars, from swaying back and forth, so your mower don't sway a bunch. Well, the way it's dropped down here, this chain right here is super tight and it's not off yet. So I'm gonna see if I can put the pry bar between right here and the ground and slide it this way just a little, so that thing will slip right on off, because over there the chain's a little bit loose. It's aggravating. Anyway, and y'all can see I've had to make 2 trips back up to the pole barn, but you never know what tools you need, and I'm working by myself and working slow. So here we go. Sorry about that. As you can see, this tractor runs great, sounds great, but the throttle, I don't have any adjustment on it. It's just not hard. It's going smooth. It's slow. It's going to nothing. That's the throttle moving on. And this arm right here, when you go, that engine is some kind of a shut off. Just runs off of it at 1 speed. That's all I get. I can't do nothing else. I've never taken that throttle linkage loose, so I'm gonna take it loose right quick and make sure I can't move that throttle arm, because I'm pretty sure I can't. I won't be talking here because it's so noisy, but I'm gonna get it off right quick and see what happens. Time to pull that back and kill the tractor right there. But I'm running at 1 speed all the time, and see that throttle, you see when I was moving it back and forwards, nothing's happening. It's so I think something's broke in this pump, but I don't even know if I can find parts for it. But I got to take it off and see what I can do. This is a it's an international. It's called a V. I think it's a VC4 maybe. It's a 4 is what it is, because there's 4-cylinder. VC4 I think is what they call it, and I'm gonna tell you, I have never seen one just like this on the internet. I've been looking at YouTube and been watching and trying to find somebody that's built one. There's a guy on there that's doing a VC4, but it don't look like this one. It don't have this arm right here. This is the throttle. This is evidently the fuel shut off is what it is, but I have to crank it right there, okay, at that point right there, and come down just a little bit, and it'll start. And once it starts, then I can let it go all the way there, and it'll run. But it only runs at 1 RPM no matter what, and it's not high enough RPMs for us to cut hay with. So I got to take it off and go from there. So that's what we're going to do. We'll try to set up so you can see. And here in the front, I got to take this plate off. First thing I'm going to do is, I think on the other side there may be a plate that you have to take off to make sure that it's in time. And I'm gonna do that. If it's got one on it, I don't even know if it does or not. No, it don't have one on the bell housing. So, see, this is an old International 574. I'm not sure of the year model. I think it's like a 76 or something like that, maybe. I'm gonna look down in the flywheel area on the not flywheel, but the front crank pulley, and see if there's a timing mark on there somewhere. I got to get some lights out here so I can see, and then also got to get me some shade. Yeah, there's a mark on there. I bet that's what it is. There's a mark. I can see it down in there. You probably can't see it, but there's a mark down in there, or a little gauge. And I'll probably turn the motor around till it's lined up. And when it's lined up, I think I can take this cover off here and make sure we got some line-up marks there at the same time. And then we know we're lined up. Then I take the lines loose and start doing that and getting it off. It comes off like most injector pumps. I've done a bunch of these injector pumps, but they're all a little bit different. But anyway, we're gonna go get the tools I need. And okay, just a quick shot of what's going on. I don't know if you can see this or not, but I started taking the injection pump off. Really basically just undoing these lines, undoing the 2 pressure lines, and I gotta take these 2 bolts out here, and then on the front I gotta take 4 bolts out, get the plate off there, and we'll do that too. But I want you to see this. Can you see up in that hole? I just took that cover plate off. Look inside there at all that rust. I mean, it's just, the inside of this injection pump is just rusted up. I honestly don't know how the tractor's running, but it does. It runs real good. It just, the throttle will not move. So everything's froze up. So let me get it on the bench, and we'll start videoing what we're gonna do as we take it apart. And I don't know what we're gonna find, but we'll see. So hang in there. Okay, you can see there is a mark right there on that gear, and you see where it's located. And then over here we've got 3 notches about the center on all of it. And see that little notch is in the center of the peg in the center. It's at about 11 o'clock. So I'm just trying to get this so I know how to put it back together. All right, first of all, I'm sorry about the air noise, but it's about 95 degrees in here, so I'm trying to keep it a little cooler with the fans on. Okay, this is the, I think it's called a CP4, I believe. I may be telling you wrong. I'll try to correct that on the screen here. Just look in a minute. Let's see if it should show up there. The correction if I did it wrong, but basically the throttle won't move on this. So when I try to, this is the throttle. If you see, you pull it up, it just pops right back. It's just spring loaded. It's not moving anything. This is the shut off cable, but it's also the throttle. And no, not throttle, but I guess some kind of choke mechanism. I really don't understand why you need a choke on a diesel, but that's some kind of I don't know. When we start it, we have to pull it to right there and come back just a little bit right there, and it'll start. But once it starts, we can bring this all the way forward, and it runs. It will not start with it right there, though. It will only start with it right there. Could be something to do with the way the thing's acting right now because it's not doing right. I have no throttle function at all. I can't move it forward or backward. So we're going to start taking it apart. First thing I'm going to do is take this back plate here, which y'all should be able to see right here, off first. We'll unscrew these screws here, and then we'll pop this back plate off, and hopefully don't mess up from there because there's no side plates or this top plate here. This is just a side crossover. I mean, there's nothing there that's going to happen, I don't believe. I don't know. I'm going to start taking it apart. Just follow along and see what happens. Okay, all we've got here are flathead screws, and I despise them. But right there is where we got to get in, and you'll see I got me a socket, a wrench on my screwdriver because that's going to be really tight. I don't know if I can even get it loose without it turning over. I may have to have somebody. I'll tell you what. Let me put it in a vise so I can hold it. We'll try that. Come loose. There we go. Got that broke loose. We got that one loose. There we go. Okay, that one broke loose. Got all four of them. And basically, you see, it's just a snap-on screwdriver. It's a Bel Air. I mean, I've had these things for 30 years, but they got a little place where you put a 3/8 wrench on it. So that's what I did. Give it a little power against it. So here we go. I'm gonna set this coffee can right down under here. I may miss, but I'm gonna see if I can catch some of the fluid as we take it apart here. There we go. This little bracket here too is for for that choke mechanism on the side. So I'm gonna have to work on it a little bit. But unlike every other mechanic on the planet, I can't find my 10mm. Let's see what it does. It probably fits it. Look at there. 10mm fits that. That's crazy. But all I got is a universal here. I can't find my flat socket. Let me see if I can get it off of this universal. I don't know what this is. Oh, there it went. A bunch of stuff just fell out. I mean, it's so nasty, it don't even matter. Things so nasty and rusted up. See, that's just, look at the rust. I mean, that's crazy. All right. So we can see how that goes. There's a rubber O-ring right there, and there's a little top here, so I can't mess up putting it back in. But got to see what all this is. There's a spring right there that was laying in there. I don't know where it goes. Maybe it's something to do with this throttle. It's still moving. So I think whatever failed was just some garbage. But I don't know if y'all can see up in there. It looks like some kind of a, okay, I see it. That little plate right there falling out. I'm going to bring it on out of here. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I know what those are. Those are your distributor pieces. And that's the wave plate that makes the distributor work. But man, it's all rusted up, and this thing's terrible. But I at least got to clean it. I don't know if it's going to go back together or not. I got to clean it up. Let me, this is not going to come out right here, I don't believe, without taking this top plate off right here more than likely. See, let me grab a magnet right quick. I might can pull that piece out right there. Yeah, you can see that plate in there. Right up there. I'm going to see if this will come out. Because if you notice, there's a notch, and then there's not a notch right there at the top. So that's the way it's going to go. Is the way you see it without that notch up there. Then we'll see if that'll come out. Yeah, there it is right there. Pulling that out. See, it does have, it's kind of beveled a little bit on the top, and then maybe concave on the back, but it's just so dirty. I don't know. See if I can get the rest of this out of here. Solid piece. I'm gonna take that out. Those little rollers right there, and the fourth one right there. They go into a knot so they don't ever get moved. This top piece off right here. I don't know what I'm taking off. I think this will turn. Yeah, that turns. Probably an O-ring in there holding that. I think. I feel like there's a rubber O-ring that I feel. I'm not sure where that was at. Oh, I know where it was. So this was at 11 o'clock. Right about there. Yeah. There. Okay. Here's the throttle. So there is a spring in that. That's right there. What's that spring? It's got to move something on this. And that's froze up solid. I got to take this apart. I dread it because I don't know what I'm going to get into. I guess it's some of that throttle mechanism may be right in there in that. I don't know if I'm on the camera right here or not. Can you see that? There you go. Right there. Get over this way. This piece here and this, that probably needs to move. So that little shiny piece, it probably needs to move. Let me see if I can start taking it apart. I'm going to get it over on the bench and move the camera so you can see a little better what I'm doing. I'm just taking that side plate right there off, this little side plate. That's all I'm doing. Holding the throttle arm back, pushing it on that, and then taking the bolt loose. There's one, and there's two, and I think that one, like it might have been something important. I don't know. There's the cover. There's an O-ring, a square cut ring. I'll put it that way. I'm just gonna gently stick these bolts back in here, so I won't lose them. This one, it's kind of got a little head on it. It goes in this right here. Goes up in this thing. Stick it in there, and then these two bolts here just hold this cover on. I'm just sticking them in here so I won't lose them. But I'm gonna clean this all up real good. All right, let me take her out of the vise here, see if I can adjust where it's at so we can see what the rest of it is. On this side, got another cover with two screws. They're flathead, of course. So let's see if I can get them out. Hold this thing in place. I want to get it in mind here. Hold on. Maybe. All right, I'm gonna take my wrench and my screwdriver again. See if I can. Neither one of them breaking loose. I'm gonna put a pair of vice grips on it. See if I can get it to break loose. Maybe I can get it with this. I got it broke loose. Really annoying. Y'all seeing that? Yeah, let me move it a little bit right there. I done got that one there loose. I got to get this one loose now. Okay. It broke loose. It'll come out now. There's that one. Let's see if there's a. Nope, ain't no spring in that one. Cover, there is a spring, but there's no pressure on it. There's the spring. I don't know what kind of spring it is. Maybe it's some kind of accumulator. There's an O-ring, so I'll slide it over this so I won't lose it. I'm going to stick the bolts back in here like I did on the other one so I won't lose the bolts. I'm just a little OCD about bolts. I can't stand for bolts to come up missing. And what happens to me if I put them all in a pile and try to just put it back together, one or two of them will be missing. It won't be that they're missing. It's just I'm putting them in the wrong place and you end up with a short one or you're missing one or something. It's annoying. So anyway, here we go. All right. Let's get our flashlight again. See if we can see up in here. Yeah, we can, but I'm not seeing nothing. I don't know what I'm looking at. Yeah, there's a little piston thing in there. We got to take the top off, unscrew this off to get any of that in the center to move. We'll do that. What I'm going to do is take this nut here off the top. Let me loose. What's in there? Whatever it is, it's coming out. There's a, I don't know what that is. Some kind of filter screen maybe in the bottom of that. I don't know. Taking it out. And then this looks like it shuttles. But it don't want to come out. Something might be holding it. I don't know. I think there's a bolt right there. I don't know what it holds. Just one bolt. I mean, there's not one on the other side. I don't see it. It's right there. I don't know if y'all can see that. There's a bolt right there. Kind of head that's got on it. You can see it. No, it's just a bolt. I don't know. Maybe it's a torque bolt. I don't know. It's nasty. I know that. I zoomed up so far, it's probably giving y'all a headache. I'm sorry. There we go. Go back to what we got. That's what we can do here. Let's see. I want to get it so y'all can see it, though. Here we go. Back down. There's the whole thing again. I'm basically just zipping it apart, and we'll worry about where everything goes later, because I think I've got either a book or a chart on it to tell me what to do. Nothing wants to move there. I may have to wait till I get this piece out, to do that. I'll bump in that and see what it. Nope. That ain't gonna come out. So maybe this has got to rotate. Let me turn this thing around. I'm gonna leave it on the vise. My vise will rotate here. Let me say get it loose where I can. All right, let's see if we can get it where you can see what's going on in here. Yeah. All right, you can see up in there again. Yeah, I see that. That's moving that component in the middle right there. It's got to rotate. But it won't come out. Maybe there's a screw in there. I don't know. Learning. And so far I know nothing. Here is a I don't know. I got to figure out how that goes apart. Right now, I'm going to step away from it for just a minute and see if I can look at the manual on it and then get back with you. We'll see what happens.
Hey everyone, thank you for watching this. We haven't found a good video on this fuel injection pump. That's why these videos are a little bit longer than normal. Mainly we just want to get as much footage to you as possible because we're still learning how to do this ourselves. Probably going to break this entire thing up into 2, maybe 3 parts at least, just so we don't make these videos repetitive and long and drawn out. So follow along with us as we learn. Hopefully you'll be able to pick up something too. Thanks.